All right, everyone, welcome to this episode of Delano Podcast News. On this episode, my guests are Janet Rabanal, CEO, President of Delano Area Chamber of Commerce, and Sergeant, is that right?
That's correct.
Sergeant Mario Nunez from the Delano PD. He's also on the committee for the crab feed that is going to be coming up, so stay tuned. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us here today, Andrew.
Yeah, it's good to have you. So we have the annual crab feed. What annual? This is the 10th, right?
Ninth.
Ninth, almost
annual crab feed.
Ninth annual crab feed. So explain to us what happens during the crab feed.
I'll let you go ahead and go.
Well, we start off with welcoming everyone, and then we, of course, have the silent auction available and all-you-can-eat crab, chicken, rice, pasta, salad, bread from Pyrenees, and just a lot of fun happening that night.
So if I'm correct, this is a sold-out event. Is that right?
You know, Andrew, we could possibly accommodate a few more people, but yes, we've actually been sold out for almost 2 weeks now.
Wow, that's amazing. This is probably one of the biggest fundraisers that we have for the Delano Area Chamber of Commerce, but it benefits more than just the chamber. Is that right? Because we have the police explorers. Is that right?
That is correct. And I'll let Mario explain what the police officers and the explorers do.
Actually, it's a very big fundraiser for our Explore program. Our explorers, there's a lot of people aware here in town. We get involved with a lot of community events. One of the big ones we do every year is during Christmas. We give out toys and food for some needy families within the Delano community. And this fundraiser here, we do a cake auction. Our kids actually bake the cakes themselves. We take them out there, people bid on them, and the money we collect, it goes towards our fundraisers. In return, we help the chamber. We go out, we bus tables, we serve, we clean, and gets our kids to know people within our community. It's not only they're just cleaning and serving, they're actually getting to meet people within our community, getting to know who our mayor is, who our city council members are, who are some of the dignitaries within the state who come to see us, and the county. Not only that, some influential people within our city, and make some good contacts.
Well, that's great. Now, I've seen these cake auctions before through many years of being a guest at the crab feed, and there's some pretty high prices that go for those cakes. And of course, it's all for a good cause, which is amazing because it goes to help funding for the police explorers. But if anybody wants to just kind of get on in the action on the cake action, are they more than welcome to join, even though they don't have a seat at the crab feed?
You know, we've never had that opportunity before, but I will have to tell you that these cakes are amazing and all handmade by the police explorers. And so if somebody wants to pop in at the later part of the evening, because that's usually when we're finished eating, they're more than welcome to come in and spend a couple $1,000s on a cake. We will not turn them away.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, a couple $1,000s for a cake. That's got to taste. That's got to be a very good tasting.
It's
cake.
It's a nice thing with these cakes. We've had a cake go. I think the most expensive cake purchased at a auction was about $2,900. And as soon as it was purchased, the buyers put the cake out, asked us for knives, forks, and plates, and served it out right on the spot. And it's a good thing. They understand what we're after, and it's a win-win for both.
I've seen that before where it's mostly of a thing to kind of dig in. Everybody's just having a wonderful time out there at the crab feed, and it can get kind of competitive. There's a few members out there in the community that get pretty competitive with each other. It kind of gets a back and forth, and it drives up the price, and it's all for fun. It's all great. And are we having a auctioneer actually this year? Because I know in the past has been an actual auctioneer calling out, just like you would at a regular auction.
That's correct. Unfortunately, our longtime auctioneer, Ross Hampton, isn't going to be with us this year, but his right-hand man, Chris Wright, who has been auctioning for many, many years, he's actually going to take the lead this year, and he and his son Clayton will be calling, as well as Mike Bonita. So we'll have a couple of youngsters out there, but they're experienced. They know what they're doing, and Chris is going to do an excellent job. And it's all about making the money for the police explorers, and I'm sure we'll do very well.
Now, I know you have some time allotted for the sponsors because there's a lot of sponsors that take part in this event. Is there still room for sponsors?
We'll never turn away a sponsor. And we're hoping that we do.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Just
You'll
keep
cut
going.
that out?
No, we're just keep going. Just keep rolling.
All right. Well, no, we do. We recognize our sponsors. And actually tomorrow, Monday will be the last day for any sponsor opportunities because we want to give them the chance to get their name out in the community and advertise them as a sponsor of the event. Right now we have Advanced Beverage, Era Energy. They're new, as sponsors to our crab feed. GNF Carpet Cleaning, STRR, longtime sponsors of the Chamber, YK America, and those are our gold sponsors. Then, of course, we have TMJ Construction that's been doing a lot of construction here. You'll see them doing the new development going on. And then Linda Hilton, not only is she a sponsor of this year's event, but she's one of our best cake buyers. So we're happy to have her.
She likes to bring up the price. She sees something going too cheap in her opinion, and she's going to bump the price. So make sure people get a bang for their buck.
Definitely. Central Valley Office Supply, Sean Clark, not only does he attend every year, but he also donates a 55-inch television screen for us to auction off as well. Then we have Delano Propane, continuous sponsors every year. AAA Builders and Planners, those are our silver sponsors. Then we have Kern Citizens for Energy, Storeland, Tony's Pizza. Tony's been around for how many years, and I don't think he's ever missed a crab feed. MRV Service Air, Woody and Friends, Delano Regional Medical Center, and Clinica Sierra Vista. Those are our bronze sponsors this year. So our bronze sponsors, they get a little extra. Not only do they get advertising their business, but they also they get special glasses on the table. They get nice cushy chairs, just a little nicer for the sponsors because they do pay a lot of money for their tables. And then, of course, we have probably about 150 to 200 just in general seating. And those are the people that we'll count on to help buy cakes.
Now, I know in the past it's always been held at the Armory, but with all the changes that's happened city-wise, we're not able to use the Armory anymore. So now it's going to be at what's the location? It's Bakersfield College, right?
It's the old Bakersfield College campus located at 1942 Randolph. And we were fortunate enough to use this facility back in August for our annual membership appreciation dinner. So we know that it's a great facility. Parking is a little challenge, but we're working on that. And we know that we'll be able to park everyone there. It'll definitely be a different venue, so we want to make sure everyone is aware. It is not at the Armory this year. They need to come on down to 1942 Randolph Street.
So is it self-parking or is there valet parking too? Or
It's going to be self-parking. One of the things we will have security out there. You can never be safe. And then bringing out extra lighting, so light up the whole area. Our security will be out watching our vehicles. They don't need to babysit us inside. They'll be watching our cars. So you can guarantee yourself when you're inside that everything will be taken care of inside and outside.
That's good. So any guests wanting to bring plenty of cash with them for the auction, they're more than welcome to because they'll be secure enough to make from their car to the event.
Of course. Not only do we have security there, but we know there's going to be some police officers present as well. So we'll be very secure.
And then just as another thing on top, there is a bar and it's no host, correct? So no host bar, and that is available for all those over 21. And is there any other information that you can provide before this coming event?
Actually, I do. I mean, we talk about that this is a fundraiser for the explorers and the explorers make all this money. This is actually a fundraiser for our Chamber of Commerce as well. Our Chamber of Commerce is something that helps, people don't understand it. A lot of our fruits and vegetables that leave our city have to be get a stamp from our Chamber of Commerce. And with no real budget sit there, this helps us get through it. We talk about sponsors. We may not have a table, but if somebody still wants to sponsor, if they want to match a cake and that money get donated, say a cake auction's off for $500 and they want to match it for another $500, we'll give that directly back to the Chamber of Commerce so the Chamber of Commerce can continue it. We have a silent auction, and all the funds from that go to the Chamber of Commerce. If they want to donate an item for us to auction off, or if they want to match something that somebody bid on, that would also be perfect in line with what we're trying to do. It all goes back to our community. And if you're wondering where this goes, or how you can get what's the benefit from you, it's a tax write-off. You can write off the whole entire thing.
Well, that is amazing. And we're looking forward to this. I got plenty of crab to eat. Those of you that have tickets, and maybe you can sneak in on that last table that's available. There's always plenty of butter to go with those.
Definitely
to go
have
with
butter
that.
this year.
And plenty of crab. It's all you can eat crab, right? So it is all you can eat crab with.
All you can eat crab, grilled chicken, pasta, your breads, your salad. We have tea and water. It's all you can eat, all you can drink in there.
And don't forget the white rice.
Oh,
We
yeah.
know our community
Can't forget
loves
the
their
white
white rice, so we will definitely have white rice. And I also want to mention that we have the Seroptimus International S Club students from the local high schools that will also be helping us out, manning our beverage stations and butter stations. So we've got a team of people making sure that the butter will be melted and ready for that hot crab coming out of the kitchen. So.
Well, for all those helpers buttering up the people, they can always return the favor and butter up the volunteers with any tips or anything that they like for that evening. So that is always probably welcome, right? Any tips, anything that these kids can help to further
Absolutely.
their programs.
The kids, any tips the kids get, that's their money they get to keep. Again, they are volunteers. Everything they do out there, they pay out of their own pocket. So if you tip them, they'll be more than happy to enjoy it later.
Well, I believe that is it for this episode. Thank you for all that information for this upcoming sold out event. But hopefully everybody keeps this in mind for next year, that to get on the ball earlier. And we might have to look for a larger venue or find out where we're going to be able to hold this in the future if it keeps growing the way it is, because I don't think anybody can turn down all you can eat crab and all that. That's just a lot of food to just kind of pig out for one night and go for a good cause.
Yes.
Yeah, 9 years, and every year it's gotten bigger every year.
All right. Well, thank you, Mario. And thank you, Janet, for being here on this episode. You two have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right.